Hello, my name is S.C. Atwell. I'm the author of Aestus, and in my series there is a hospital scene where Jossey, the main character, is having her friend is reading her one of his terrible spy novels, and I thought as a joke I would write chapter 1. It was so bad I could not continue, but I have recorded it for your enjoyment.
The sun beat down on the blinding sands. Dax Draperson stared off into the distance, remembering. Dax Draperson was pretty sure they were coming for him. The secret agent glanced down at his bike. The gauges were shot, but by his estimate he had fuel enough for 5 hours, maybe 6. The heat was intense. He was beginning to regret that he'd chosen his battle gear. Out here in the desert, it was painfully hot, like being baked in an oven. Dax felt like an overheated loaf of bread. But he couldn't let that get to him, he thought impatiently. He gazed out onto the horizon. He couldn't see them, yet. But they always came after those who stole from them. And Dax Draperson, the top spy in all of Western Europe, a former Green Beret turned assassin well, he couldn't talk about what he was. Dax had skills that made him extremely valuable to foreign governments. He was always on a mission or other, usually something involving a firefight, which he hadn't lost yet. He grinned and looked down at the scar on his hand. The other guy had worse. He wasn't bad-looking, he had to say. Tall, dashing, dark eyes and hair, a piercing gaze that made the hearts of womankind flutter. Or so he'd been told, of course, by women, lots of women. He was practically the definition of tall, dark, and handsome. And he knew it. He grinned. His heart remained unconquered by womankind. Except, no, he said, don't think about her, Dax. She wasn't important, not when they were after him. Maybe he'd swing by Geneva later, say hi. He snorted. For now, he had to prepare himself. He saw bikes on the horizon, roaring in the distance. He squinted. The sand was flying from beneath the tires, probably making that weird hissing noise that sand makes when it's compressed. He smiled his trademark smile. Dax reached for his trusty energy modulator. It was top-of-the-line technology. He'd paid dearly for it on that secret mission to Mumbai. That's when he met her. Serena Kallios. A beautiful Greek woman. He'd never seen such a lovely human being. But of course, there'd been that tragedy at the beach, and Dax Draperson fell for no one, he told himself, frowning at the terrible memory. He focused again. The bikes were getting closer, and closer. He opened his weapons bag and looked at the 20 types of firearm he'd brought with him. He thought, which to choose? The custom handmade Russian sniper rifle? But up close was so much more fun, he thought. Or maybe he could ride out to meet them and show them who they were dealing with. He shrugged. He had enough bullets, and Dax Draperson never missed.